Hello students, on this video I'm going to show you how to solve question 1 on Handout 3B for the first part of algebra. And the question reads, evaluate x squared plus 2x for the value for x satisfying this following equation that you have in here. Okay, so what this means is that we have to solve the latter equation, and then whatever result we get from the second equation, we have to plug in into the first equation, which is x squared plus 2x, and see what the result is. Okay, so I'm going to start solving the large equation because I need that value for x for that equation so that I can substitute into the first equation. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to try to remove this parenthesis that I have in here. Okay, and I'm going to take whatever's in front of those parentheses in order to get rid of them. Okay, the first thing that I have in here is going to be a 3. It's the 3, so I'm going to multiply 3 times every single term that I have inside the parentheses. So 3 times x, the first multiplication, and then 3 times negative 2, that's going to be negative 6. Okay, plus 1 equals 3x, and then I'm going to get rid of the second parenthesis. That's negative 5 times positive 3, and that should be negative 15, and negative 5 times negative x, which should be positive 5x, because you have negative times a negative, it's a positive 5, and then you have to include the letter in there. Okay, I could rid of the parentheses. I like to combine like terms in both sides of the equation just to try to keep things simpler. Okay, so on the left side I can combine these two numbers over here, and on the right side I can combine these two terms that have a letter. Okay, so let's go ahead and start combining on the left side. So 3x remains as it is, and then negative 6 plus 1, that looks like a negative 5. Okay, equals, on the right side, I'm going to combine those letters that I have in there, which are 3x plus 5x, and that should be 8x minus 15. Okay, now I'm going to send numbers to one side and letters to the other side of the equation. Okay, so I'm going to start by sending this 3x over here to the right side, and then later on I'm going to send this negative 15 to the left side. Okay, so 3x to the right side and negative 15 to the left side. So let's go ahead and get rid of the positive 3x with a negative 3x. But if I do that to the left side, I have to do that to the right side of my equation. Okay, if I go ahead and combine like terms, those cancel out. I have a negative 5 left over equals, and then I can combine like terms on the right side. 8x minus 3x, that's going to be 5x minus 15. Now the next thing that I said I was going to do is send the negative 15 to the left side, and that is by adding 15. That way I can cancel those out. But if I add 15 to one side of the equation, then I have to add 15 to the other side of the equation. When I combine like terms, the left side, that's negative 5 plus 15, or 15 minus 5, that's going to be 10, equals 5x, and then those 15s cancel out. And the last thing that I'm going to do, the next step, is going to get rid of the number that comes with the letter. Okay, so if there's a 5 in there, I'm just going to divide by 5 both sides. That cancels out the 5, and x equals 10 divided by 5, that's 2. Okay, so that is my result for the second equation. If you go back to the problem, it says you have to evaluate x squared plus 2x for whatever value of x results from solving this equation. And now we know that this value of x is not x anymore, right? We already got a result, which is 2. So we have to evaluate that first equation for the value of 2. Okay, I'm going to write it again, x squared plus 2x. What I'm going to do in here is just evaluating the expression, so substitute every x that I have for a number 2 and perform the mathematical operation here. So do PEMDAS. Exponents first, so 2 to the power of 2, that means 2 times itself 2 times, or 2 times 2, it's a 4. And this is also 2 squared, or 2 times 2, right? So I'm going to replace that for 4. And if you add those two numbers, 4 plus 4, that's going to be 8. Okay, so that should be the result for evaluating x squared plus 2x for the value of x satisfying this long equation that you have in here. Okay, so if you have any other questions, make sure to send me an email or send me a message through Teams, and I will gladly help you guys with any question that you may have.